Hey everybody, I'm Ben Yee.
I'm Melissa Stein, and we're here today to talk about Cynthia Nixon declaring her candidacy for governor of New York.
And there's a little controversy about this.
There's a bunch of controversy about this, and you have some thoughts about somebody who has zero experience in politics as a day job.
Right.
She has advocacy experience, but in politics as work.
Yes.
Running for the highest office in New York State.
Yes. Honestly, Cynthia Nixon seems like she's got a lot of good advocacy work behind her, but going in to be governor of New York State, which is one of the largest states, one of the largest economies, and one of the largest governments, is no small matter. And I don't think it's unreasonable to think that we would prefer to have people who have experience dealing with legislatures or with how legislation works or how the levers of government operate to occupy a position like that.
Right. I totally understand that. But we've been talking about people want to be inspired by politicians, and that right now there aren't that many people out there who are all that inspiring. And there are a lot of people out there who are really angry at and frustrated with Andrew Cuomo and the gridlock of Albany.
Yes.
So here comes this person, very progressive, a woman from the LGBTQ community, ideas about education, about women's rights. So she's coming in sounding a lot of notes that there are people who are very frustrated that
Yes.
nothing's happened in Albany. And so she, I think, can galvanize support and interest.
And these are great notes, and I am no fan of Andrew Cuomo, and honestly, I'm probably not going to vote for him. But that doesn't make me super excited about the idea of a celebrity candidate. And this isn't necessarily about Cynthia Nixon. I think of celebrities, Cynthia Nixon might be one of the better ones to engage in this sort of activity. Although, again, I'm skeptical of a governorship of one of the biggest states.
Right.
But the bigger issue that I see is that this is part of a trend of the electorate, of political parties, of basically everybody turning to celebrities. Be they celebrities from entertainment or celebrities from the tech industry or celebrities just because they've got a bunch of money
Well, they have
for
a bunch
our
of money,
saviors.
so they can sort of do it almost as a vanity thing. They don't need to do the fundraising that a politician has to do because they've got pocketbooks of their own, and then they have celebrity friends too, and so that can make it
Very
an easy
true.
sort of like, well, I want to do something to make a difference. Oh, I'll run for office, and I can fund it or throw fundraisers and have money streaming through. So a lot of the hard rocks part that a local politician or somebody starting out has just in getting the funds to do it is something that they don't have. It's a roadblock that celebrities don't have.
In that regard, I would have just said they could have gone and run for city council or town board or whatever like a decade ago with all their money, and it would have been very easy for them to ascend their ranks quickly. But regardless,
Right. Okay. But that's not as fancy, or
not as fancy,
it's
and
not as
that
fancy.
and therein lies the crux
egotistical, I
of the
suppose.
problem.
Right.
I'm not saying that she's egotistical, but the American public right now is looking for people to inspire them and to bail them out quickly of a situation that was created by many years of neglecting civics
and career politicians.
and career politicians
who just were out for themselves
They
and out
have
for
been.
power and out for money. And there are people who have been convicted or in jail because they enjoyed the benefits
Yes.
of their career politician's life.
And
a
that's
little
what
bit
sort of
too much.
happens when the electorate's not inspired and isn't paying attention. We get into these situations, then we look for the quick fix.
Right.
But honestly, I supported Barack Obama in 2008, and a large part of this was because I was worried about sort of the oligarchical and dynastic, the Bush-Clinton
right.
thing.
Time for something different.
Right. And so I supported Barack Obama, and I view all of these celebrities and entertainers and mega billionaires in sort of the exact same vein. When we say, oh, well, anybody should be able to run for office, of course, but then who finds it easy to run for office? The most privileged among us, who then capture the government in the exact
point.
same way. It doesn't really change what's going
Right,
on.
that's a great point. And it really is, in some ways, a vanity thing.
It can
It's a
be, or
popularity-
maybe,
it could be a popularity contest.
or they
talk
might
about-
really believe that we need, like, Governor Cuomo is bad, Maybe Cynthia Nixon really believes that, and there was nobody else who wanted to come out and challenge him because they were scared. But our system is set up to make people who are good electeds afraid for their careers if they challenge
Yeah.
incumbents.
Well, think about our mayor this year. He really didn't have any competition at all, And there are a lot of people out there who didn't think he did a particularly good job. So where's democracy in action? There are a lot of people I think who could have done a great job as mayor, but they just kind of let him coast for 4 more years, which I truly believed after the first 4 years he would not be reelected. But he sailed through with no competition. And so I think that a lot of people just kind of sit back and don't get engaged and don't get involved for what you said, because what happens if you don't win? For celebrity, you go make another movie.
Right.
But for a career politician, if you have a failed campaign, then what do?
There are a lot of systemic factors, and the solution isn't easy. This election, whether Cynthia Nixon wins or somebody else wins, isn't going to change those systemic factors, most likely. Part of it's what we're doing here, talking about these issues. Part of it is educating people on civics. But at the end of the day, it's up to the electorate to decide who they want in charge and what kind of person makes the best leader.
It's going to be a really interesting race. It'll be interesting to watch and see if this is something that perhaps invigorates voters to get out and vote. Maybe maybe making people more aware by having a celebrity in the race will encourage thoughtful discourse.
We'll see. We can
We'll
take
see.
the topic up again
Yeah.
as the race approaches.
Okay. See you soon.
Laters.